So we know Tasha is really coming, in my opinion, to get at Miss Tamara. All right. Do y'all think she was coming to get at Miss Tamara? I feel like she came there to be straight messy. She knew the assignment. That's what she came there for. And I also feel like Marie knew exactly why she invited her. Because if that's your person for your events, why you ain't invite her to your birthday party? So for me, it was given y'all came there to be messy as hell. And then we had Akeisha pretty much stand up on behalf of Miss Tambra. She had her back. And a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't understand that. But I'm kind of like, it shouldn't have took Akeisha to really kind of have her back. Somebody else like Tisha or someone else that's been cool with her longer should have probably stood up and had her back. What do y'all think about that particular scene with the ladies?
That made me like Akeisha more. Um, just because Akeisha, I feel like it showed further flaw in Tambra. Tambra moved funny depending on whoever she was around. Like you introduced Akeisha to the group because you wanted that influence that you brought her in, but then when Akeisha wasn't around, you was talking shit. Akeisha in that moment was able to prove that regardless of who is in the room, she is not gonna lean whichever way the wind blows. Even though she did lie about supposedly calling them "Is there prettier girls in Jackson?" I think Akeisha still seemed like she had integrity when she was like, okay, this is what we're not going to do. Because one of the things I noticed with Marie and Letitia is that the minute that Akeisha and Tambra fell out, it was almost like they felt comfortable at that brunch talking more shit about Tambra. And that, if I was Akeisha, would make me nervous because knowing that y'all knew Tambra longer than me and y'all are starting this mess, and now that Tamara and Akeisha fell out, you want to talk about her? I ain't really with that. So I like that Akeisha did that. Tasha definitely came there for the drama. And I don't know if her daughter was supposed to be her Carmitha, but I was like, why is her daughter just sitting there not saying anything?
Whose daughter?
Tasha's
Tasha?
daughter was in the scene. Did you see her?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
standing right
Tasha's daughter.
behind them.
Yeah, she was sitting at the front to the left of Marie and
Taisha's
right in
daughter.
front.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, yeah, her daughter
And
was
Tasha
there.
said her daughter was there. Yeah.
Mm.
And they just put a little thing on the screen like Tasha's daughter because she was in the middle of the scene.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying
So
attention.
I feel like that's what her daughter was there for because you knew that you came there for some drama and then y'all all played dumb. Like everybody played dumb. Oh, we just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to talk. I ain't like none of that. I don't care if Tambra and oh boy is really together or not, but just the way everybody was switching up and shit, it was real ugly to me.
I feel like, honestly, I wish I did feel like that because honestly, I felt like Akeisha, shut up. Because how you gonna be loyal to Tambra? Tambra didn't even want you in a group text. Like, fuck her. I'm just saying, like, she didn't even want you in a group text. Akeisha, girl, like, don't be, girl, sit down and eat your food and let these hoes get this tea on this table. Because what else is going on? Saisha is absolutely giving meta from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta trying to come spill tea on young jocks to Kendra. It's messy. You mad that he choosing to be with somebody publicly because maybe you wanted to be with him and he wasn't ready to be in a relationship when you wanted to be with him. So now you're trying to spray inconsistencies in him and Tambra's relationship because obviously they flaw on some level. So you trying to spray the inconsistencies because you mad. And I don't know why you mad. The man don't look like he worked not a damn. And that's just my personal opinion. You didn't grew up with Tambra all these fucking years back and forth playing with the lady emotions and now talking about, oh, we want to have kids, but he wants me to move in. That's another thing. She sounds stupid as hell moving in with him before she get that ring when you've been waiting all this damn time for a ring. That don't make no
How
sense.
yes, how the fuck you want a ring, but you're going to fertility clinics like before you move in? Like it's given that you just go with the flow. Like why you wanna have a traditional aspect then? You want to have the baby and not live with the man without the what you want to do?
It's all given. She wants to have a baby whether she's with him or not, but it's better if she's with him. That's what it's
Mm,
given. I think
yeah.
another thing is that she allows the pressure of her parents to control like the decisions she makes, which I never understand when grown ass people do that. Like, you grown as fuck. You grown as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why you letting your
Right.
parents guilt you into feeling like you need to have some, a traditional relationship with the man, who is obviously out here doing whatever the fuck he want to do. And that conversation with them moving in, like, he just sounded like a manipulator and not even one that was that smart. I was just like, Tambra is dating down. But okay,
I
girl, do
can't
it.
wait for them to investigate at the reunion, though, because Tambra's not going to ask questions. But I definitely hope Carlos asks the right questions that Damon is actually going to have to answer, because Tambra's not requiring anything of him.
I agree. I agree. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know. I ain't because I don't know. I feel like he don't want to talk about it so much that even if Carlos does ask the right questions, he gonna be on some Tory Lanes and moonwalk and try not to, ask it. So sometimes I do think when the host is asking questions and the ladies or whoever the partners don't want to answer, somebody from the cast may say something to trigger them to respond. So hopefully something like that'll happen and we'll get some answers out of the people. But what did y'all think about Akeisha's stakeholders luncheon? What's up, Josiah? Hey boo.
Hey,
But I thought it was great. I thought she did a really good job. I was proud of her, but I didn't think Tisha was gonna like it because she kept saying "I." What I want to do on Ferry Street, I. But then she also, at least this is what Tisha said, she felt like Akeisha was competing with her. I don't think the woman was competing with you. I think that she was doing the event that you probably should have did a long time ago, so people know what you're trying to do on Ferry Street. And maybe she ain't had a support or something. I don't know, but what did y'all think?
I thought it was funny that she didn't have anybody there to support her when she broke ground on Fair Street. Like, it was only one other person and her husband. And I thought that was funny. I was like, why aren't the other girls there, as support? And it makes me feel like
Who
as
came?
much as we
Oh, at
wanna,
the end. At the
yeah,
end, I got you.
Akeisha feel like a mean girl. Akeisha feel like the head of the mean girl clique. And I think she turned a lot of people off in their clique. I do, however, think that she's doing what Letitia can do. She's a doer and not a talker, and I like that about
hmm
her. But I also feel like it seemed like you wasn't worrying about Ferry Street until you saw Letitia on TV talking about it. And
Mm.
in that,
that's why she came back to Jackson.
yeah, like, it really do feel like she was like, I ain't letting this girl be the face of this. I'm about to come down here and do this. She don't know what she doing anyway.
That sounded about right.
And yeah, like, that's what it felt. And I don't begrudge her that, but it just kind of, it makes me sad for Letitia, because it makes me wonder why Letitia isn't able to accomplish these things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that she had the property already, but so what? If you could rent property, then why isn't it that you haven't gotten other people to want to come and invest on Ferris Street? Like, it just kind of seemed like it's harder for Letitia to do it. She just doesn't have the access. Because that's another thing. Akeisha probably got her husband, access as well as her own, because you haven't been in
hmm
Jackson, Mississippi. You've been in New York.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it it's a little flaw to get information for somebody so you could steal the idea from up under them and then do it better than them. But Letitia, you allowed it, so
Yeah, that's the heavy part. Heavy on Letitia allowed it. Letitia wasn't gonna be able to make them moves anyway. She tried. So I'm glad she was able to, keep it cute and say, well, I'm glad that she was able to do it. And I really think that's based off of her putting your business in the damn rendering for Fair Street.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really didn't mind Akeisha putting this whole thing together at all. I don't know. I said she was an acquired taste, and I stand by that, because, like, as the season went on, I'm like, damn, I think I do like Akeisha now.
Yeah, we'll see how next season gonna give because it did cross my mind. Like as more as she gets comfortable with the ladies, I do wonder. We start out liking people and then at a later time they end up being a problem. So I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder how she gonna be. Should she get another season? I don't see a reason why she shouldn't come back, especially if she done broke ground on Ferry Street and that's how y'all started off the whole show talking about it. So it would only make sense to kind of bring her back so we can see what's gonna happen. So we'll see how she gonna work out with the ladies. I did see where Marie made a post about Latrice, dogging Latrice out on a post, and then Akeisha got up
Not
under the
again.
post. Yeah, she got up under the post, and I don't know. She said something. I don't think she said anything directly at. I don't think she said anything directly at Latrice, but it seemed like she could have been co-signing Marie, and I was like, I like Latrice. Like, don't let's not and say that we did. Don't Akeisha, don't end up being a Marie girl. Like, let's not, okay? But Tisha, speaking of Tisha and Glenn, they had this counseling session. I really wasn't too much in, except for when Glenn said that he had been dealing with depression and she hasn't been there for him. And I said, you are so stupid. If you're in depression, it's because of the stuff that you caused on your own. Stop trying to make this lady feel away for your own damn actions. And I hate to say that, but it's like, how's she supposed to know if you being for real because you're really in depression, or if
Yeah.
you just trying to use that as a way to kind of get her back. Like, I'm like, Tisha, as much as you over here crying and whining and all this stuff, girl, you're gonna be in this cycle yet again. Y'all been together since you was 17, and at some point, women have wake up calls, and they be like, after 20 years or so, I can't do this no more, whatever. But you're gonna be there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, she
Okay,
need to
you
check to
you
get a
ain't
little
got
bit
your
bigger.
melody hope yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got
She
your
need the
melody
melody
hope
hoe
energy
check
yet. Yeah, she
before
ain't
she
got that
leave.
energy yet. Yeah, she ain't on that level. She ain't got there yet. But I guess it's coming. Get a few more seasons. They got renewed for season 2, so I was glad about that. I'm sorry, season 3.
Mhm.
They got renewed for season 3. So, what do you ladies think about that counseling session? What advice y'all got from Miss Tisha?
Girl, I can't give no advice to Letitia, but what I am gonna say is that I don't think Glenn will ever change. And I think you just gonna have to decide whether you're gonna be okay with who he is or you're gonna leave him and do better for yourself. I think he's a manipulator. I don't think he actually loves you. It's all about controlling you. I think that that's why y'all been together so long. And I think y'all have been together so long, and that makes it hard for you to see life without him. But he's not healthy for you. Like, he stresses you out. He doesn't support you in doing what you're trying to do, and that's the biggest thing. I was watching Mind of Lilith, and she reminded me about that first season where he was bitching a fit when Letitia was trying to make phone calls that she didn't come and fix
Mm.
his food, and then he started vacuuming. It's like, so you can't fix your food, but you can vacuum. Like, you can vacuum to aggravate her, but you can't fix your own food. And to me, men don't change from those types of mindsets about a woman and what's for her. If she
Mhm.
has something for her and that takes away from him being her main focus, he's going to try to tear it apart. He's going to try to fuck it up. And that's why, he does all of the shit that he does. And that's probably why it's been hard for her to do the things that she needs to do, because she has to be worrying about him. And if somebody's keeping you off kilter emotionally, it's hard for you to focus on your business. So I don't think he's good for her, but I don't think it matters what we say.
I think he's trying to have her set up, but lacking,
Mhm.
right? When I think of set up, I'm thinking about Diddy in Miami just a little bit. Like, he wanted her to be set up, not doing that. And, that's what most manipulative type of abusive type men do. They want you to be at home, be right where they need you to be, and they'll be the ones making the money on the outside. But now she's starting to branch out. He insecure as hell because he feel like she's gonna end up finding somebody that's better than him. But I hope that
Yeah.
it's sad. I don't want to say that because these people married, but some part of me is kind of like, I hope she find it while she in the marriage with your ass. And she is
Just
at the
don't
house. You
let
act
your
like
husband.
like that's supposed to stop some. Not what say it, Niecy.
I ain't gonna say it. You know, they used
I'm
to be
gonna
saying,
say it if you don't say it.
don't let your boyfriend block you from meeting your husband. But in this case, don't let your husband block you from meeting your second husband, Letitia. Okay, that's okay if you got to get another one.
Oh Lord.
But I stopped listening whenever Letitia keeps trying to dress things up and like, oh, I'm the new elevated Letitia, and he's not used to me. And I feel like that's her way of trying to, I guess, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Deflect. She's trying to deflect from the issue that's really at hand, which is that Glenn keeps cheating on you. It has nothing to do with you elevating. You elevating, like, you only keep talking about that because that makes you feel good. Talk about the shit that he's doing, though, that you're willing to put up with. Like, how are you elevated if you still allowing this man to do the same shit he did to you when you were 17? So that's
Mm.
why I just stopped listening during that scene.
Mm. Wow. 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 Well, we hate it for you, Tisha. Continue to work on your enterprises. And we wish the best of luck to everybody. I mean, that was really it. What you say, Bondi?
Whatever they are, those
Right,
enterprises.
whatever they are. The reunion will be coming on this week, so Good luck to the ladies. That's really all I wanted to talk about on Belle Collective. Anything y'all wanted to talk about? I don't really want to talk about Trees and them.
I might say, you don't want to talk
It ain't
about
going
Cliff?
nowhere. I mean, we
Okay.
can. I ain't feel like the story was going nowhere. She not pregnant. That's a good thing for her. She didn't want to be pregnant, so that
I
worked
think
out.
I know, but I think she need to leave him too. I'm sorry. These old niggas, him telling you that he'll be a better baby daddy to the baby than he will be a husband to you, leave him alone.
Yeah, that was the part for
But
me
did he
too.
need to tell her that for her to know that? Because don't he already got other kids? So that just makes me wonder
Yeah.
what is his dynamic with those children.
I
And
feel
that's what I
like
So she,
said.
he probably wasn't there that much for them neither. I mean,
Nope.
look, he probably financially provided for them. If they need their daddy, they know they can go around there and get him. But that don't mean he was there on a daily basis, especially if he running
mm-hmm.
behind people that's they fucking age.
Mm,
Yeah, and Latrice, she's scared to have. See, what a lot of people don't. This is what I'm starting to realize. A lot of people get into this like fucking kids mentality, like you want to
mm-hmm,
be a hot girl forever. But I
mm-hmm,
feel like whenever you get into the right situation where you like have the right partner, the right life and everything, then you would want those things. But because Latrice knows who Cliff is, he's already showed her all his cards and she knows how he's been with the other kids and their moms. She don't want to get to that level with him. But if she was with the right person to make her feel secure and safe, then I feel like she would want to have a kid and she would feel like she could do both. But she
that's
know
sweet.
who Cliff is. Her mama telling her who Cliff is. She know who that man is. But he's trying to make her believe that if you don't have a kid for me, you're gonna lose your security. But she already feels like if she has the kid, she's gonna lose her security. So it's like, which
Mm-hmm.
one do you really do?
Another
It,
thing that killed me was him telling her that everything she said is bullshit when they was having that conversation. Like, how you like? Sometimes I feel like people don't be listening to the words that motherfuckers actually say. Because if you was listening to the words that Cliff said, he basically told her she always running and she communicate very well. She very good with convincing. He called her manipulative. Like she was saying,
Mm.
well, no, you talk to me aggressively, like you yell. And he said, well, I talk like a man. I can't talk like a woman. Now you're belittling her as a woman. And then he says that everything she says, it all brought down to some bullshit. When she asking for you not to talk to her crazy. So my point is that the nigga can't even understand how to adequately communicate with you. He can't even understand that he has issues from his childhood that he
mm-hmm.
may need to deal with so he can be a healthier parent. That's what you want. Latrice is in the mindset of I would like for these things to be cleaned up. But daddy is an old ignorant nigga that's telling you he don't have the capacity for that. He's not gonna move. And you need to find somebody that's going to be on your level mentally. It's not just about financial no more because you're not that young no more. Now you want to be with a man that mentally is going to be able to supply what you need,
Right.
which, like Nisi said, would probably make her want to have a child with somebody if she felt like they were a smart man closer to her fucking age, tall, good looking, got their own businesses, can spend time with the children, do respect her, understand that you can't keep yelling and talking down to somebody, actually speaks
Mm-hmm.
with clear diction. Girl, go get you some young dick and stop playing with us, please, Latrice.
Right. Because I feel like
Yeah.
she got with Cliff back when she thought that shit was cool to be with this older rich man. And
Yeah.
then
Yes.
now she
And
getting
the shit
older
gonna get
and it's not the
old.
same. And he married
No.
Hmm.
her wanting, I feel kind of like wanting a child because the conversations he has with her is always, I've been in this world longer than you. I'm more experienced than you. And what you say, it don't make sense and it don't matter because you ain't been living as long as me.
Right.
And I
Yep.
don't know how she could continue to be in that space to kind of feel like you stupid all the time. Because that's pretty much what he's saying. But
Hmm.
I feel like give them enough time on this show, Treese might not be there no more. She gonna be moved on and find her young zaddy. We gonna see.
She should. All she got to do is go to therapy. As soon as she go to therapy and that therapist start talking about her daddy issues, she ain't gonna want Cliff no more.
She not. That ain't gonna been ahead about 2, 3 kids
Because if
after
she
him.
see herself, she knows she could do better. Because I know she know how good she look. And it ain't always about looks, but you know what I mean. Like,
Hmm.
girl. Oh,
Yeah.
uh.
I hate how she kind of talks to him. I ain't gonna say I hate, but I cringe a little bit when I see how she talks to him because how she talks is like a child that
Yeah.
may get in trouble for expressing themselves.
Yes.
Do y'all notice that? Like how she kind of
Yes.
do her hands and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like, she don't really feel like
She
fully
walking on
comfortable in her
eggshells.
relationship. Yeah. I hate that for her. I hate that for her. Um, yeah. Anything else on Belle Collective?
Nah, that's it.
Can't wait for
That's
the
it.
reunion.